Imagine if we lived in a world where you can sell products that you never purchased, never have to worry about warehousing inventory, and when you get an order, someone will pack and ship your order directly to your customer. The word for that would be dropshipping. And guess what? Dropshipping is now possible in the Philippines. I'm sure many of you have thought about starting an online business, but quickly realized all of the challenges that come with it. What will I sell? Where will I warehouse the inventory? Who is going to pack and ship my orders? What if the product doesn't sell? Is my money wasted? All of the above are legitimate questions that all entrepreneurs must answer before launching their online business. Having personally faced these issues firsthand is the reason why my partners and I founded Inspire Dropshipping. Our e-commerce solution allows you to sell products without ever having to buy the inventory, worry about the warehousing, or ever touch the product in the fulfillment process. How, you may ask? If you are currently operating a Shopify store, all you need to do is download our app, submit the pertinent requirements, and wait for the risk team to approve you. Once approved, you will be given a 14-day free trial period, which will give you access to all of our product catalogs. With a few clicks of a button, you will be able to transfer those products into your store and start selling. Our team will pack and ship your orders directly to your customer via cash on delivery. Once the customer pays, we will remit the funds directly to your bank account. With our proprietary software and all of the benefits within it, you can guarantee that Inspire Dropshipping will satisfy all of your e-commerce needs, making it truly your one-stop shop. What are some of the benefits and features in the Inspire Dropshipping app? Well, let me give you a few. Real-time order tracking, so you are always in the loop. Internal revenue calculator to know your profit margins and where your expenses are going. Want to sell a product that is not in our catalog? No problem. Request a product and our team will source it from our local suppliers in the Philippines with a 24 to 48 hour turnaround time. Want creatives that convert? Easy. Request a creative within the app and have it delivered in no time. Keeping track of your financials can be a pain, so we make it easy for you. With our 14-day free trial, you have nothing to lose and a life-changing opportunity to gain. So are you ready to be inspired? Hey, I believe I kind of exited the pre-montage a little bit early, but good evening, Inspire family. What's going on? You can tell that I'm a little rusty, right? Like I'm just pressing buttons. I have no mouse. There's a whole bunch of things going on behind the scenes that I'm not going to bore you to death with. But what I will say is that I am excited to finally get to speak to you all. You know, it feels like years and years have just kind of flew by us, and we haven't interacted much. There's been a lot of webinars that I know Trixie and I have been doing that have been via Zoom, right? And it's been quite a while that we've had one in the group itself, right, where it's an open forum and we're able to just interact with you without having to go through the whole process of Zoom. So I'm excited. Also, we do have a special guest, a lady old lady, young lady. I don't know how you want to categorize her, right? Or what age bracket you want to put her in. But I'll just stick to young lady to salvage our friendship. Is someone that we're bringing back. She has been gone MIA for quite a while, busy building houses and doing a bunch of personal achievements. But she is back, and I'm excited to have her on board. Now, for a lot of the new faces that have recently joined, right? Number one, who the hell is this person talking to you? So allow me to just do the formalities and we can move forward. I am Darwin. I am the founder and CEO of Inspire E-commerce Solutions, which is also or most commonly known to you as Inspire Dropshipping. And tonight we have a very, very special webinar cooked up. Number one, there are going to be a lot of tips and really just a general overview of the basics or the basis of this group, which is drop shipping. As I mentioned, there has been a lot of new people coming in, and I dare you to just scroll the news feed. You would see typically people always asking how to get started. I want to learn. I don't know what to do. So I felt that it was only right to bring our special guest in today to the expert in the field, because it's definitely not me, to kind of help answer those questions. But also, and I think, a lot of the old members that are here, you're here for one reason, not to have a general overview of what drop shipping is, but the announcements that we will be touching on by the end of the webinar, which I can promise you, it is worth the stay. It is worth the watch. And I think by the end of the webinar, you're going to be really, really excited for what we are rolling out tonight. Okay. So after the webinar, the announcement is in full effect. Now, I don't think this person needs a lot of introduction, right? You are, I'm sure, have heard of her, have seen her in other pages and other groups, maybe her group talking about drop shipping. But for those that don't know, I will take the liberty in kind of just highlighting the person that we're going to bring on board. She is a well-recognized coach, entrepreneur, someone that has rolled up the sleeves and got her hands dirty and is a practitioner of what she coaches. She is one of the most recognized coaches in the Philippines for Lazada and Shopee dropshipping. And I am excited to once again have Miss Sheena Pauso back in the Inspire community. You're on mute, Sheena. You're on mute, Napo. I can't.
There you go. Can you
if
hear
I
me?
made a if I made a mistake, I feel a whole lot better than you did, right? So I think that
Hello.
balances the Richter scale a
Yeah.
little bit. But what's going on, Sheena? How you been?
I'm good, and I'm sorry for being MIA for a while because
I don't
I've been
listen.
doing a lot of stuff.
I don't know if we can forgive you. All right. I don't know about the community. Guys, if let us know in the chat, do you forgive Sheena? Right? She has been
Oh,
gone
come
for
on. I'm
approximately two
sorry.
months. 2 months. So in the comments, say forgive or not forgiven, right? I'm on the not forgiven side. That's just my personal take. And I don't want to encourage any of your decision making, right? But if you want to be right, I would highly recommend that you go with me. But we are excited to have you on board. And I guess before we get started, right, and kind of open up the can of worms that we have, 2 months, forgive. Oh God, you guys are way too nice. Let's see.
Forgive.
Let's interact with some of the people that we have here. We have Miss Amabel Melendres. Good evening. Good evening to you, Carl. Period.
Hi. Good
Period. End of
evening.
conversation. Understood, sir. Miss Krisha Raponte, Miss Lisa May. She's one of my favorite people. She excellent cook, by the way. I got some of her chili garlic a few days ago. I must say, it was delicious. Miss Joanna Erica, good evening to you both. Good evening, Napo. Right? Facebook user says,
Mm.
yay. So the excitement is
Hi, we're
real.
back.
Right? Good evening, good evening. Kyle Villa Cruz, hello to you. Miss Lisa May, good evening, Bo. Sel,
Evening
good
po.
evening. Hi, world. Jen, I'm probably not going to be able to go through all the comments, guys, but let me read some of the forgive, 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 forgive. Oh, guys, you're way too nice. You're nicer than I am, right? But let's kind of talk about Sheena because I mean, first and foremost, for the people that don't know, right? how long have you been doing drop shipping at this point?
I've been doing dropshipping for a year and 4 months.
A year and
Yes.
4 months, right? And just a quick aside for the people that again don't know her, and I'll just kind of share this with you. I've kind of heard about you as the million peso drop shipping girl, right? It was just kind of
Mhm.
being spread around. It's like, oh, that's the
Mhm.
1 million peso drop shipping girl. And when I started Inspire, and I don't know if I've mentioned this story to the community, but when I started Inspire, I wanted, and when we focused on Lazada and drop shipping, I wanted a Lazada coach that was, recognized in the space to be able to come and provide the proper guidance. And guys, this is why I'm not as forgiven as you are, because, it took me at least 3 weeks for Sheena to get back to me. Like it was a whole thing, right? I'm still a little resentful because of it. But we were finally able to kind of get her on board. And obviously now she's here. So you have been a drop shipper for a year and 4 months, and you are at this time a full-time drop shipper, Sheena.
Yes, full-time dropshipper and Lazada seller since we also have our own brand in Lazada and Shopee.
Okay, and the reason why I kind of point that out is because we do have a lot of new users, and I want
Mhm.
to make sure that they understand that the person that they're receiving the information from, right, is number one a practitioner of the craft. I get very frustrated when there are coaches that coach, but they don't exercise what they coach, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just
Mhm.
so it's nothing wrong with it. It's just not one of my things. I'm not a huge fan of it. So you are a practitioner, you are a full-time drop shipper, and you have found great success. Which for guys, everybody in the chat, give Miss China a congratulations. She is currently in the
Thank you.
process of building her home, right?
Thank
So
you. Yeah.
drop shipping has led you to have enough resources to build
Yeah.
your house at 36, correct?
27. Oh my gosh. Yes, at 27. We're actually in the process of our house construction.
House construction. Guys, hear that out. And I was, we were having a conversation prior to us kind of going live. And, I was telling her that so many people, older 60s, 70s, wish to have had a home, and that's still the goal. And you were able to, be able to accomplish that, kind of check that off the list, right? Your first home. And I'm sure there'll be many other homes in the
Yeah.
future, Lord said the same, of course. And all of that kind of came through the e-commerce space because your husband
Yeah.
is also, very much involved in the e-commerce, and he kind of assists you, and you guys are pretty much a team, right? It's just both of
Yeah.
you kind of taking this on, and that's been able to provide you, an opportunity to buy a home, and you're reaping the fruits of your labor, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome,
Definitely.
fantastic. So, just a little backstory, guys. So wanted to kind of throw that out there. I know Sheena's super excited, and I'm super excited for her. But enough chica chica, enough about us. Let's kind of dive into what you
Okay.
guys are interested in. So to kind of give you guys an overview, I guess the agenda, we're gonna go over the drop shipping, slides, kind of touch on, and these are questions that I prepared because I wanted to be able to just kind of address some of the main questions that people have, right, as they're starting
Mhm.
their drop shipping journey. And, after the presentation or the slides are over, we'll have a quick Q&A. That way you guys, if you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about, I highly encourage you to write them down and be ready for the Q&A. So Sheena and myself, can have them answered. After we're done with the Q&A, then we're going to move forward to the actual announcement part, to kind of let you guys know pretty much what we're rolling out, effective today. So allow me to share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, share screen. All right.
There you
And can
go.
everybody see my screen or no?
I think we
Oh,
can.
oh crap. Wait, wait.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, but
There's a lot of screens.
yeah. 1 second, guys.
Screenception.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me put this here. Oops. And I am a little bit of a noob, unfortunately, still with this StreamYard stuff, but let's figure it out. 1 second. Oops.
share screen. Let's do slides.
Hi, Crisanti. He's watching. He's my student.
Oh, is it really? There you go.
Yeah.
Screen, Windows, ayun. Okay.
There you
So, guys, today what we're going to touch on is, what is drop shipping, right? What is the concept? How does drop shipping work? And really, again, just kind of address some of the main questions that all of you have that I think are going to be really helpful and just kind of putting you in the best position, to not make some of these mistakes. So, Sheena, I guess for people that don't know, right? In your own words, what is drop shipping? What is it
go.
exactly?
Yeah. So for dropshipping, in my own definition, it is a type of business model in which you can sell products on different shopping platforms without the need for physical inventory. So meaning hindi ka bibili ng products at magsastock ka sa bahay mo, pero makakapagbenta ka sa Lazada or Shopee or you're on your any chosen platform.
Okay. So it's just the art of selling products that you don't own, right? Without having to
Yeah.
rent a warehouse, without having to hire people, and have an opportunity to sell them. Again, guys, there are a few different platforms that you can drop ship. It's Lazada, it's Shopee, there's Shopify. You can use WooCommerce, right? So that's the basic, I guess explanation or definition of what drop shipping is, and I think most of you guys are pretty familiar with it, right? Now, for anybody that's just learning, Sheena, and is wants to get started, in your words, like why should someone consider drop shipping? Like why this business model versus so many other business models that exist that are online or even a brick and mortar?
Mhm. So first off is you should consider dropshipping because it's the easiest way to jumpstart your online business. Why do I say that it's the easiest way to jumpstart your online business? Because for one, this is the most difficult part of starting your business is thinking of what product to sell. Kasi 'di ba ayaw naman natin na magi-invest tayo sa mga products tapos eventually we will discover na wala palang demand yung product na binili natin. So, ang mangyayari is lugi tayo or masastock lang yung pera natin sa inventory. And then next is no more supplier hunting. So, actually, this is also very difficult as well. Because you know that we have our Lazada stores then and Shopee store na own brand namin. It's very
Mhm.
difficult to look for suppliers. And sometimes you also get scammed with the suppliers. So, wala nang supplier hunting when it comes to drop shipping. And then next off is you no longer have to stock products on your house or sa warehouse ninyo, so hindi na kailangan nun. And then next is of course no packing of orders. So yun, minsan naging busy kami ni husband kapag may mga big campaigns kasi sobrang daming orders. Tapos kailangan namin usually maghingi ng help sa mga family and friends para mag-pack ng orders namin. So yun, no packing of orders for dropshipping kasi it would be the dropshipping company yung magpa-pack ng orders ninyo. And then, of course, ito yung, I think, pinaka the best part of being a dropshipper. And I think, siguro ito rin yung naging factor kung bakit nagkaroon kami ng enough resources to actually start our house construction is the income that you get from the dropshipping business is your net income. So, ang mangyayari dyan, kasi kapag ka-own store owner ka, kapag nagkakaroon ka ng net income, actually, yung income mo from your business, kailangan mo yan ibili ulit ng inventory, di ba? So, kunwari, magkaroon ka man ng, let's say, 100,000 a week dito sa pagkakaroon ng own store mo sa Lazada or Shopee, bibili mo lang ulit yan ng products kasi wala, para dumami pa ng dumami yung benta mo. So, when it comes to dropshipping, your income is basically your net income na. Yung makuha mo na less yung cost of goods and yung mga other fees na sinisingil ng dropshipping company, that's basically your net income. So, ibabawas mo lang doon yung subscription fee mo, edi yun na, sa'yo na yung income na yun, di ba? So, may choice ka kung baka gusto mo mag-build ng another business venture or you just want to save it for other purposes. So, for us, yun yung nangyari since nagkaroon kami ng additional income na kumbaga hindi namin siya pinambibili ulit ng stocks, we were able to save money. So, napandagdag ng panggawa ng bahay. So, yun. That's basically why you should consider dropshipping.
Now, to put it in perspective, right? Because all those sound amazing. Um, in comparison, Sheena, is there another business that you can kickstart this fast? And I don't like to say the word easy, right? Because people typically understand that as, oh, the business model is easy, which is
Mhm.
not, right? But in comparison to other businesses, is this the easiest way to launch a business, or is there another alternative that comes close to it, in your opinion?
Actually, for me, I think there would be none
Mhm.
that can compare to doing drop shipping, because we basically know both of the spectrum, right? We are doing drop shipping, and then we also have
Mhm.
our own store. So basically, we know how hard it is to really build your own brand. And also, my husband was able to experience having his own brick and mortar
Mhm.
business before, and it was really hard as well. So yeah, there's nothing that can compare to how easy it is to start drop shipping. But um, with your disclaimer, right, that there's no really easy business that you can
Right.
do, but in comparison to others, dropshipping is the easiest.
It's the easiest. It has the easiest entry point or the lowest
Yeah.
barrier to entry point for most people. So awesome. Now, next up is, you know, for people that, hearing this, right? And they're hearing this for the first time, maybe, and are really, starting to get pumped, right? But then some of the questions pop up. It's like, well, I'm a little older in age, so I'm not the most tech savvy, or, what is it that I need? What is the technical know-how? Um, do I need? I don't know. That I need to be able to get started. Like, what do people actually need from a technical perspective? Do you have to be great at computers? Do you have to understand numbers? Because that typically
Mhm.
scares people off, and they're hesitant.
Mhm. Yeah. So for me, I think the first and foremost, you need to study the platforms that you want to sell in. And I think this is somehow the part that most dropshippers or most aspiring dropshippers skip, is that they don't really study the platforms that they want to sell in. So ang ending is, kapag ka hindi inaral yung platform, talagang malilito ka kapagka pinasok mo yung Lazada and Shopee, tapos magta-try ka na mag-edit ng products. It would be really hard for you if you haven't even studied the free videos that Lazada and Shopee provided. And then, of course, the next one is basic graphic designing. As in basic lang. As in ako, Canva for life lang ako. Canva lang gamit ko sa mga pag-edit ng product photos namin. So, that's it, basic graphic design. Pero kasi ito, these are like skills that you can learn with watching maybe YouTube, ganon. So, not really a parang that much of a barrier for you to start your business. And then, of course, siguro basic copywriting lang din, no? Like, how do you actually post your content, maybe on your social media platforms and all. And then, marketing. Like, that's one of the things that you really need to learn if you want to do dropshipping.
Got it. So for the most part, it seems like it's relatively, again, not to say the word easy, but it's relatively attainable, right?
Mhm.
Because you get surprised how many, I wouldn't say older women, but people in their 50s, right? Maybe going and creeping into their 60s. They're really scared because they're not the best at a computer, right? And I try to explain to them that these things are not mind-blowingly difficult, but it does require some determination on their part and some willingness to want to learn, right? So all that is part of it. So great. Now, if at this point I'm pretty convinced that this is a great business model thus far, right? I don't need a lot of technical skills. I can learn a lot of that. What are going to be my requirements, right? That I need? Is it I don't have a laptop, or I only have a phone? Can I do it with my
Mhm.
iPad? Like, what do I need in order to be able to manage this business on a daily basis?
So first off, if you really want to start, then you need a valid ID, because
Hmm.
just for the purposes of uploading it on the websites of the dropshipping companies, and then of course your bank account, because they will use that to pay you your net income, and then of course your capital, and then yes, you definitely need a laptop if you want to start your dropshipping business, because there are somehow um, features that are not available on the app, on Seller Center app, and and Shopee app. So you have to use a desktop for that or a laptop. And then of course you need to define. This is actually very something that you need to not skip on. You have to define your target market. So before you start, you actually need to have someone in mind, like who do I want to sell to? Like your target market, like ano ba yung age range niyan, ano yung occupation mga gusto mong bentahan, ano yung gender na mga gusto mong bentahan. So you need to somehow have that in mind. So kapag ka mamimili ka na ng products, for example sa Inspire, mamimili ka na ng products kung ano yung gusto mong ilagay sa store mo, you somehow have an idea kung ano yung mga ilalagay mong products sa store mo, or if ever naman you're going with another dropshipping company, and then somehow you'll have an idea on what catalog should you go into. And then of course your store name, so you need to think of this before subscribing, because the dropshipping company will require you to give at least 3 store names. So pag mag-iisip tayo ng store names, dapat mga at least 2 to 3 syllables lang, tapos para madaling matandaan ng customers natin, so madali yung retention sa kanila. Then of course, check FB, IG. Sorry. So yun, check FB and IG. Tapos yung Lazada and Shopee kung meron ng stores na gumagamit ng name na gusto mo. So kapag meron na, X na agad yun. So move on with another name, and yun. So at least 3 store names.
Got it. Awesome. So pretty basic stuff. Nothing overly crazy. But again, a laptop is a necessity. Can somebody do it with an iPad? You think? Is
Yeah,
it
I don't
possible?
think so.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I
So
don't
you do
think so.
need to have a laptop and just the basic requirements, which are not insane at all. Now, the next question that we have is, and this is one that, most newbies typically come in, right, trying to figure out, do I need a mentor for this, right? Is it a necessity for me to have someone kind of guiding me through the process, or is this something that I can learn by myself, maybe by watching YouTube? There's a lot of content online. I know Trixie has a smart mompreneur channel with a lot of content. You as well have a YouTube channel. Does that suffice, or is a mentor a necessity to get started?
Yeah, actually, so to be honest, I'm also a mentor,
Mhm.
but I can really say that you can learn dropshipping by yourself. Because even when I started selling in Lazada, my husband, I started selling in Lazada, I have zero idea on what to do. And then also, I have no mentors. There are no mentors available way back 2018. So I had to learn everything by myself. And the good thing is, there is Lazada and Shopee University available, in which you can watch free videos on how to sell on these platforms. But I think the problem is a lot of people really can't grasp what is being whenever they're watching Lazada or Shopee University, somehow they cannot get the entire video, or it's somehow hard to understand for them. And I think that's where a mentor comes in. So a mentor, even though I'm a mentor myself, I can tell you that a mentor is somehow like an optional thing that you can get, because having a mentor is having someone that can guide you, and somehow you will no longer repeat the same mistakes that I did way back when I was just starting doing Lazada and Shopee. So I think that's where a mentor comes in. But you can learn dropshipping by yourself, Lazada and Shopee selling.
Right. So it really, for me, it's just based on the learning style that you have, right? It's pretty much, it boils down to that. If you're someone that can easily grasp information, right, by video form, then again, there are a lot of resources available. Whether it's on their YouTube channel, whether it's on Lazada or Shopee University, whether it's on the Inspire app, in the course that's being provided to you there, that is by Sheena as well. But some people, as she said, don't. How do you ask questions, right? How do you, if you're unsure about something? So a mentor is not a necessity, unless you understand that your learning style would require for you to have someone to be able to kind of lean on, right? And say, hey, this is where I'm stuck. What do you think? Right? And it's not like the mentor does your work, but you have someone to bounce ideas off, right? So it all really depends on your learning style. The next question is, in your, I guess this is probably should be a non-question, because I already know the answer to this, but we're gonna ask it for formality's sake. What is the best platform for a newbie to get started on? Is it Shopify? Is it Shopee? Is it Lazada? Is it, Facebook, messaging and running ads through messaging ads, or WooCommerce? Surprise me, Sheena.
So if you're actually a newbie that have zero knowledge on
Mm.
running FB ads, then you can go with Shopee or Lazada. And I'm going to surprise you, Darren, because I'm not giving Lazada as the answer, as the
Ah.
final answer, because due to the recent changes like the market behavior and all, you can go with either Lazada or Shopee. But instead, I will just give you some tips on how to actually choose from both of these platforms. So for
Okay.
Shopee, definitely they have very good demand. That is somehow something that I recently discovered checking out the keyword search volumes of different products on
Okay.
Shopee. So they have really good demand. I mean, they have better demand now than in Lazada. And also, it's very easy to list and edit products in Shopee. But somehow that advantage can also be a disadvantage because since it's very easy to list products in Shopee, it is a very highly competitive platform. So when I say highly competitive platform, there are a lot of sellers and there's a possibility that you will be selling with the suppliers of the items. And as for Lazada, fees are much smaller for Lazada. So that's one thing, that's one advantage. And of course, somehow, because it's much somehow difficult to sell in Lazada, difficult to learn how to sell in Lazada. So it's much more less competitive platform. So based on that, I will let you decide on which platform you're going to choose from. But as for now, I think what you can do is really do your market research on both platforms. Like, for example, you already have a product in mind, you search them both on Lazada and Shopee and just look at the pricing and, how many sellers are already selling your item so you can have like a guess of where should you sell.
Okay. So in the end, both platforms are great. Both have pros and cons, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how you got to weigh it. Now, to kind of chime in on this, because obviously Shopify is just staring at me, and it would be disappointed if I don't defend its pride. Uh, you know, obviously that's what I am. I am a Shopify dropshipper, or was a Shopify dropshipper. Conflict of interest does not allow me to dropship at this point, but you know, it's definitely a more technical type of platform. It's more capital intensive, right? So if you don't have at least at this point, I would say anywhere from 45 to 50,000 pesos, things have changed dramatically. To spend on a monthly basis for running advertisements and doing everything else, I don't recommend that you even attempt to go for it right now. It's just something that I would learn, and then eventually, once you feel comfortable and have the resources, to be able to put into it. For me, it is the most lucrative out of all of them. Personal, just it has the higher ceiling. It has the highest revenue potential. You can earn money. You can earn 1,000,000 pesos in 3 days in a snap of a finger because you control pretty much the back end. But again, it's more technically savvy. It's for more technically savvy people. There's metrics and numbers and all these things that come to the equation before making a decision when running ads. And it is a lot more expensive to be able to get started. And WooCommerce is the same thing. It's like WooCommerce and Facebook messaging and Shopify are all run through running ads on Facebook. So it's all kind of interconnected in some way. But if you were to ask me the easiest, I would probably tell you still it's kind of Lazada for me, just from what I see. It's still Lazada just because the type of customer that goes there. I've seen people make money faster in the Lazada platform from what I see than Shopee because it is so competitive. It's like a price, like everybody's just lowering their prices and it's just harder to be profitable or to find success immediately, at least for me. Now, what is the most important factor? And this is a common question that people ask, right? Like, what is the most important factor of a successful product? Is it the pricing?
Mm,
Is it
mhm,
how the product, translates and the visuals of it? Is it the
mhm.
features and what that product does, right? Like for you, what is the most important factor, if there is one, when deciding or determining whether a product is going to be successful?
Yeah. So for me, I only have one answer for this because I think this is the most important factor. The most important factor would be demand on the product. Because for me, no matter how you edit your photos and just bump down the price to the lowest price that you can give, if there's no demand for that product, then most likely it won't be a successful one. And there
Mhm.
are a lot of there are tools that you can use inside Lazada and Shopee that can help you determine the demand of products that are available in Inspire. So once you have your store turn over to you, you can just use those like Shopee ads and sponsor discovery to check on the demand of the products before actually putting them inside your store.
Okay, so I think that's a great answer, right? Is there a demand? And for us, at least for me, when I was a Shopify drop shipper, there was a five criteria. It was five things that I would look at, to determine if a product was worth like advertising towards, right? Number one is the product in demand, right? Like, do people actually want the product? Number two, for me at least, is does the product, solve a problem? I've realized that, there's a higher possibility of something being successful if it actually solves a specific pain point of a person. Why? Because people are going to buy things that make their life easier, right? So is it in demand? Does it solve a problem? Does it have a wow factor, right? When you see it, does it pop out at you? There are certain products that just stand out. You look at it and you're like, what is that? That's an interesting product. Number four, is it something that can be easily purchased at any supermarket, right, or any convenience store? Because if somebody can easily access this product, then the likelihood of them buying it through you, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, right? And number five, I always focused on, do the margins make sense? Is it going to be a profitable product? So really five things that I always focused on. I know that this is a lot more applicable for Shopee, but I think it could be translated, across Lazada and Shopee as well. So very good stuff there, Miss Gina. I guess next question is, how do I compete, right? Like, people go into this business, Sheena, with a lot of, optimism, right? And super excited. And, before they start, what they'll do is that they'll check the Lazada Shopee account or app, and then they see so many sellers and they see so many of the same products. And, they're always question is like, how do I compete? With thousands of sellers on the specific platform selling, maybe the same product as I do. How do I stand out? How can I make this work? Is it possible? Or the favorite word is it too saturated already? What's your take on this?
Yeah. So I don't believe in market saturation. That's one.
Mhm.
Because here you can really compete even with the thousand of sellers in the platform if you know what to do. And that's why I'm here. Yes. So first off is you need to have different thumbnails. So
Mhm.
definitely you don't want to be using thumbnails that are being used by the suppliers. And this is like the first thing that you need to do. When the store gets turned over to you, don't use the same photos that are being used of all the drop shippers. And then also don't use naman product thumbnails that are being used by suppliers, because I have seen this before and I've noticed some dropshippers doing this, that they change the photo into a different photo. But when you check on Lazada or Shopee, if you try to search that item, they're actually using the same photos of of the supplier, which is really selling on a very low price. So for example, let's say a ring light, you're using a photo and you're selling a ring light for, let's say, 299, and the supplier is selling it for 199, and then you use the same photo with the supplier, so definitely customer would somehow know that it's the same product, and then they would go with the 199 peso of the supplier, hindi na sila bibili sa'yo. So make sure na pag nag-edit ka ng photo, ibahin mo yung photos mo sa lahat ng dropshippers, and at the same time, wag mong gagamitin yung photo na gamit na ng supplier na mababa ang benta. So my technique right now is I go with the photos. I get inspiration rather with the photos of those who are selling it at a way higher market price. So I think yun din yung nagiging problema ng mga dropshippers ngayon, because you've been sticking with what I said na 30% and 35%. But actually there's a better deal, and that's called the market price. So I've been seeing a lot of dropshippers selling way below the market price, but actually you can still sell it way more than the 30 and 35% markup. Just look at the market price. So if you're going to use the photo of those who are selling at a much higher price, and you're going to use it as an inspiration, and then you're somehow going to price your product much, maybe a bit lower to what they're selling it for, then definitely you will get the sale for that product. And then of course is your good keywords. You have to use good keywords. So you can use sponsor discovery and search Shopee search ads and determining what keyword you should use. And then of course you should have good reviews. Like really work on it to have good reviews. Kasi hindi naman laging presyo lang ang pang-determine ng customer sa pagbili. And I've seen this lagi. Kasi yung mga presyo ko sobrang mahal kumpara sa mga ibang nagbebenta sa Lazada and Shopee, but still I'm getting sales for that item. So ito yung techniques na ginagawa ko para at least sa akin sila bumili. So yung iba kasi mura nga ng benta pero walang review, and somehow kasi yung market ngayon medyo mas they're leaning towards premiumization, in which they don't really go for the lowest price anymore, but they go with the most legit one. Yung feeling nila mas makakasulit sila sa bayad nila. So that's it. How to
Got
compete
it.
with tons of sellers.
Now, I want to touch on two things that you said, and I want to kind of clear this up because I don't want people to misinterpret. One of the things that you said is that you compete with your own supplier. Let's say you use Inspire, we would pretty much be your supplier, right? And I want to be able to address that. One thing that we vowed when we started is that we're not going to compete against our drop shippers, right? So the products that we have are products that get sold through our drop shipper. I know that there are companies out there that obviously have a drop shipping service, and they're also selling those products, as you mentioned, at a lower price point. I find that to be a bit unfair to the partner that you're dealing with. So for all the people that may be like skeptical on that and be like, wow, I have to compete against Inspire and their low prices, that is not something that we do. It's not something that I'm willing to entertain. So any products that come through us are not products that you are going to have to worry about competing with us in the market. And number two is, I think you've touched on it and you made a very valid point. And, I pull my hair sometimes, Sheena, because, we offer so many products at such a low cost, right? And people they get stuck with this 35% or 30% rule, where that's the only amount that they're increasing it because that's what they've heard. That's how they've interpreted that, oh, every product I can only increase it by 30 to 35%. And I say this on every webinar, you have to evaluate it on a per product basis, right? You have to be able to determine what is this product. It's not a 30% across the board. That is not how this works. It's 30%. It's just the example that is used, and that's the average across. But certain products, you're going to be able to increase it by 50%, by 60%. How do you determine that? As Sheena touched on, look at the market. Let's see what that product is being sold for in the market, right? And maybe go a little under them, right? But don't leave money on the table by just always applying that 30 to 35%, thinking that that's the rule across every product, because it's not. Okay. Next up, we have, and I don't know if how I guess your belief system, so I'm curious to hear this, Sheena, is is running Facebook ads a good option for my Lazada and Shopee store?
Yeah. So you know that I've always said no, like
Mm-hmm.
on way back on our past webinars. But as the market changes, and as Lazada and Shopee somehow decreases on the like the visitors of those two shopping platforms, I can say that yes, FB ads might be a good option for your Lazada or Shopee store, but somehow, like, this is something that I've noticed whenever I run ads on my store, is that somehow it can alter the algorithm that your products already have. So it can be good or bad, that altering that of the algorithm that's going to happen, but it
Mm-hmm.
may be depending on how you do your targeting for your FB ads. So somehow when I did the FB ads for my store, it increased on buyers, and somehow I got new buyers that are, that they have good algorithm, they have good buyer algorithm, like they buy in bulk and all. But somehow on days that I changed the targeting for my ads, it went down, and I just get visitors but I don't get sales. So it will be depending on how you do your targeting for your FB ads.
Right. And that's why, dealing with Facebook ads, it's not just throwing anything up there. There's a science behind it, and you have to be able to understand that science, because it can be great. Listen, I've seen drop shippers literally take a brand new store to literally 10, to 3 digits, 4 digits, like within days, right? Because they're forcing traffic to their store. They're forcing eyeballs. So I think it can be a great thing if you know what you're doing, right? If you understand how to target and how to utilize Facebook ads, which, spoiler alert, next week we will be having a Facebook specialist do a webinar with us talking about how to effectively run Facebook ads for those that want to experiment with it. But again, I do encourage you to learn. Don't just throw money into ads, because you're going to be extremely disappointed. Money drains very fast, and if results don't come, you are going to be quite sad. So it could be a good thing, and it can also be not a great thing, right? It can go sour very fast. Now, at your 15 years of experience in dropshipping, Sheena, what is the biggest reason why people don't succeed in dropshipping?
So I think I got 2 points
Mm-hmm.
for the biggest reasons that why people don't succeed in dropshipping. So first is not knowing what to do, and not even giving any effort to know what to do. And then the other end is the people that they know what to do, but they don't give 100 efforts on doing it. I think those are the two reasons why people don't succeed in dropshipping. So you don't know what to do, and you don't make any efforts to know what to do. And then the other side of the spectrum are the people who actually know what to do, but they don't even give 100% of their efforts on doing those things.
I agree. And listen, I've seen many people come in, and again, for all the new viewers, for all the people that are watching this for the first time, and I guess watching a webinar with us for the first time, drop shipping, as I mentioned earlier, it is not an easy thing. Like, people have this illusion that it's just grab products, put it in Lazada, and let the magic happen. That is not how it works. Like, there is work that goes behind it, and the biggest reason why I see people don't succeed is because, number one, they don't try to change anything that they're doing, right? They're not putting effort towards their store. Number two is that they're not adjusting, right? They try one thing and they stick to that one thing, right? It's like, oh, I am working on my thumbnails. I'm like, how much more are you going to work on your thumbnails? Like, it's at a certain point, there are different elements that make this work, so many different variables that have to come into play, and you have to understand all of this. So for me, it's just the unwillingness to want to put the work in, and the disappointment because on their first month they didn't make 30,000 pesos in profit. Like, oh, I lost 1,000 pesos. Like, this business model doesn't work. It's just it blows my mind. But unfortunately, you can't control who comes in and who joins, so it's kind of part of it. But if from your experience, Sheena, And for people that are just starting, a lot of it is like, where do I invest my energy? Like where should I focus most of my time if I'm not a full-time drop shipper like you? If I'm doing this and I have 2 or 3 hours on a daily basis, that's all I can give for this business model. What do I put my energy towards when I'm just starting?
So you put your energy in on three things mainly:
Mhm.
market research, editing your products, and pushing people to buy from your store so they can give you reviews. So basically, you can do this on your top 10 to 20 products. So in order to for you to check your top 10 to 20 products, you can go on Business Advisor for Lazada or Business Insights for Shopee. So
Mhm.
it's really a thing that you need to be checking on, like almost every day. So you have to check which products are actually getting the visitors, or which keywords that you're using are actually getting the visitors from. So you should check your business advisor daily, and you should adjust all your actions accordingly to the data that you can see there. So those three things again: market research, edit your products, and then push people to buy and leave reviews on your store.
Got it. Okay. Now, as I start, right, and let's say that I'm going through my journey, Sheena. I've started to drop ship. I'm doing, I'm 2 weeks in, I'm 1 week in maybe. I got my store, I'm activated, I'm live. At what point do I consider, kind of dabbling with some Lazada or Shopee ads? Is there a time that I know, okay, now is the time? Do I do it from the beginning? At what point do I say, okay, it's time to kind of play around with some Shopee and Lazada ads?
Okay. So for Lazada and Shopee ads, and actually even FB ads, you don't run ads if you haven't actually touched your store, or you haven't actually edited your products. So the point in which you're going to start running ads is kapag nakapag-edit ka na ng products mo, and kapag meron ng reviews. Kasi mangyayari yan, 'pag nag-run ka ng Lazada or Shopee ads, is magkakaroon ka nga ng visitors. Pero dahil hindi ka pa nakapag-ayos ng store, ay ng product mo, ng product listing mo, hindi pa maganda thumbnail mo, wala ka pang magandang description, tapos hindi mo pa naayos yung presyo, tapos wala pang review, sayang lang yung visitors na pinapunta mo sa Lazada and Shopee store mo and sa mga products mo. Kasi hindi rin naman sila bibili or mako-convince bumili, or worse, nag-run ka ng ads, nakakuha ka ng visitor, pero sa iba sila bibili. Kung kanino na yung merong review, at kung kanino yung competitive yung price, at maganda na yung products nila. So, never ever run ads on Lazada or Shopee na hindi ka pa nakakapag-ayos ng product listing at kapag wala pang reviews.
Got it. Okay. Good to know. Now, and we're almost done with the slide, guys. And I know that this is, I guess, a key one for most people is, what are the key metrics that I should be focused on as a newbie? Because there is, a data insights, right, or a business insights. There's so many different numbers. Which are the main numbers to focus on? What's the key metrics, or key metric if there is one specific,
Actually, for me, that would be the add to cart
Mhm.
percentage, like visitors to add to cart. So, yung percentage should be at least 2 to 5%. So, ibig sabihin nito is, napapa-add to cart na yung mga bumibisita sa store mo. So, ibig sabihin, somehow, effective na yung photo mo, effective na yung price mo, at effective na yung description mo. Somehow, napapaisip na lang yung customer kung mag-check out na ba sila. So kung meron ka ng add to carts na at least 2 to 5% sa mga products mo, kailangan mo nang i-check diyan ulit, double check mo yung presyo mo, yung description mo, saka yung offer mo. Kasi baka kaya hindi pala nag-check out sa'yo si customer, nag-add to cart lang siya dahil wala ka palang voucher, wala kang free shipping, wala kang mga other offers that you can give to them. So kaya hindi sila check out. Pero somehow, dahil add to cart na sila from your visitors, it means effective na yung mga gamit mong photos and maybe even your keywords. So, as a newbie, okay na yon kapag ka nakakapagpa-add to cart ka na ng at least 2% to 5%.
Okay, that's a very, very good metric that I think most people may not look at.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, what's the best way to generate traffic to my store, Sheena? If I'm a newbie, if I'm just starting, what's the best way to get eyeballs on my store and on my products?
Mhm. So first off, for traffic generation, first is dapat maganda yung gamit mong keywords. So as I've said before, merong Shopee ads and merong sponsored discovery na pwede nyong magamit to check on mga keyword search volume para alam nyo kung ano yung dapat yung gamitin na keywords. Next is kapag nga maayos na yung product listing mo, may maganda ng thumbnail, maganda ang presyo, may description, and meron ng reviews, and then you can go with platform ads, yun yung Lazada or Shopee ads to get more traffic. And then also, you can share on FB groups. So, ito, sobrang hindi na to ginagawa ng mga dropshippers. And I think they fail to see the importance of doing sharing on FB groups kasi feeling nila parang wala naman daw bumibili sa mga FB buy and sell groups. Pero I'm telling you, it's still effective and much more right now na wala na masyadong gumagawa. So basically, you just share your posts on different FB buy and sell groups. So ang technique ko dito is mag-share ka sa mga groups na around medyo outskirts na ng Manila. So somehow mababa pa rin yung shipping fee nun. Pero, mababa yung shipping fee pero malapit pa din sila sa ano, malapit pa rin sila sa'yo pero hindi na sila super nagkakaroon ng access dun sa mga products na binibenta mo somehow. So, like mga Cavite, Bulacan, mga ganong area, Rizal. So, dun ka hanapin mo yung mga buy and sell groups around that area. And to be honest, sobrang effective pa rin ito kasi kapag ginagawa ko pa rin siya, kunwari nag-share ako ngayong gabi sa lahat ng mga Rizal groups lang, as in per barangay yan, 150 po yung buy and sell groups na nakasali ako. So, mag-share ako ngayong gabi sa mga puro Rizal areas. Magulat ako, yung mga bibili sa store ko is somehow mga taga Rizal. So, that only means effective pa din siya. And mas lalo na nga ngayon na wala na masyadong gumagawa. So, you have to take advantage of that kasi libre siya. Mag-share ka lang sa groups. Bibigyan mo lang siya talaga ng oras. And next would be FB, IG, or TikTok ads. So that's also one way to have traffic. And then lastly would be influencer marketing. So this is something that I've been telling my students about and all the other dropshippers about. So very effective ang influencer marketing because somehow hindi na sila masyado tumitingin sa presyo yung mga followers ng mga bibili na lang sila dahil ni-recommend ka ng influencer nila. So yun, very effective din siya. So that's it.
Got it. Cool. And I believe this is the last question, if not second to last question. Uh, how often, right, as I am changing strategies or I'm adjusting, how often should I adjust my strategy? Is there a specific time frame, right? And the reason why I ask, and I know for a lot of the inspired drop shippers, is because they have an opportunity to change products monthly, right? Because they get 90 products or 120 products depending on the package that they select. And a common question that I get asked is, how long do I keep the product in my store? Should I be changing products out on a monthly basis and bringing in new ones? Or is there a certain time frame for that? What do you recommend and suggest to that specifically, or really just adjusting and changing strategies?
For me, it would depend on your target setting, but at least a month before you adjust your products or your strategies. Kasi for me, I do per quarter na pag-set ng target. So for example, I would set a target na dapat for this first quarter, buyers ko is nasa around 1,500 per month. So yun yung ifo-focus ko. Kailangan mag-bring ako ng traffic kasi para magkaroon ng buyer. Tapos magkuha pa ako ng marami pang influencers para dumami yung buyers ko. So as for the products naman, which is what Darwin is saying, you can actually create a store on Inspire na puro winning items lang. So you have to check the Shopee and Lazada ads, sponsor discovery, to check which items actually have very good demand. And you can actually create a store revolving around this set of products na puro winning items. So actually that's the best part of doing Inspire dropshipping. You can actually like select products lang na lahat winning items.
Right. Now, and again, this is assuming that you've worked on that product, right? And I want to be able to kind of explain to people, if you grabbed the product, you imported it to your store, you did absolutely nothing to it, you got no sales. Well, guess what? It's not the product. You just did no work towards the product, right? So this is assuming that you've optimized your product, correct, Sheena? That you've done keyword research, that you've done your Lori kit and your description and your thumbnail. Once you've done that and you're not seeing any traction, right? Add to carts, key metric, right? Remember that one. No add to carts, you're not seeing any traction. Now it's time to maybe change something up. But if you haven't touched that product and you're just expecting that just by listing it, things are just again going to magically happen. I think that's when people just find themselves just rotating through products, not seeing success, but not doing really much towards that products that they're working on. And I think this is the last question, Sheena. Okay, how much capital do I need if I want to try this business model?
Yeah. So for the capital, it really depends on which dropshipping company you're going to go for or which package you're going to avail. And also the time that you can give to this business. Baka naman kasi sasabihin ko, di ba lagi namin sinasabi na 3 to 6 months dapat yung meron kang capital on hand for this business. Pero somehow, 3 to 6 months yung meron kang budget na ni-ready, pero hindi mo pala kayang bigyan ng time yung store mo. So definitely, it would take you much, much longer than 3 to 6 months to optimize your products. So yeah, that would depend on your on the dropshipping company you're going to dropship with and the time that you can give to this business. But as I've always shared before, you need to prepare at least 3 to 6 months worth of the subscription fee.
Okay. Very good to, I guess, for people to be mindful of that. Now, at this point, we've kind of touched on, and this is really just a general webinar, guys, to kind of give you like a full view of the business model. Obviously, there is so much more that goes into it, right? For people that are curious, and listen, there's a lot of people, I guess I see in the comment section, Coach Sheena, I want you to mentor me. I want you to be my coach. You can directly message Sheena and you can kind of sort out if she has the availability. She is a busy lady, but if she does have the availability to be able to kind of walk you through this. In addition, we also have a full course that she's put together in the Learning Inspire Academy that you can go in, check it out, and obviously go purchase it if you feel like you want to be able to consume that information through video form. So at this point, I do want to allocate about 15 minutes for some questions that you guys may have about anything that we discussed. And then once we get to that, I guess once we do the Q&A, then at that point we can move over to the announcement that we have for all of you guys. So I guess I have a question here is, oops, give me a second. Let me stop sharing. Remove. Oops. Here we go. The question that I have listed here is, mahal ba yan magama influencers?
Mahal ba yung bayad sa mga influencers? So, there are actually influencers po na pwede nyong kuhain na walang bayad, ex-deal lang. So, papadalhan lang sila ng items. Tapos, ipopromote na nila yon ng walang bayad. So, meron po kayong mga makukuhang influencers na ganyan. Usually, yung mga tawag po sa kanila micro-influencers, yung mga hindi pa po sobrang dami yung followers. So, pwede silang ex-deal pa.
Yun. Here we have, has anyone used Inspire Solution Service here and any success stories? I would recommend that you browse through the page and to be able to see some of the people that we brought on board and kind of share their stories and how they were able to kind of attain the numbers that they have. And other people that we plan to bring on board, it's just some people are very camera shy. It takes a little bit of convincing to get them on board, but definitely I would tell you to recommend and check the page out. Now, another question, do I need to subscribe on Shopify before I can subscribe to Inspire? The answer to that is yes. Our app is listed in the Shopify ecosystem. So you're going to have Shopify, go to the App Store in Shopify, and then download our app. A question here is, will there be any training after availing one of the packages? One of the beauties that we've been able to kind of collaborate with Coach Sheena on is that we have a full course from Sheena that is available in the platform once you subscribe. So if you enjoy seeing her face and having her kind of guide you through it, there's how many hours is that? You have about 7 to 8 hours listed on, right? It's about an 8 hour course that is on the app, which you do get absolutely free once you do become a subscriber. There's a lot of insights here. Hopefully, we may record a video. Yes, you will be able to watch it again in the group, right? So just replay it. It will be readily available. Is the thumbnail the only option to edit, or can we upload a better picture of it? Because I have a DSLR.
So you can actually upload a better photo of it if you have the product on hand. But somehow kasi it would be too costly if bibilin mo lahat ng products mo, then pipicturean mo sila lahat isa-isa. So you can also have that option na mag-edit na lang ng thumbnail or kumuha ng mga photos sa Amazon or AliExpress tapos i-edit mo na lang siya.
Yun. What if I got orders because of the thumbnail, but once the item was delivered, it fails to meet their expectation due to the quality? I want my clients to be happy about their purchase. What I would tell anybody that starts to sell a product, and this is something that I did when I was a drop shipper, is I would look to find the product being sold in other places and look at the reviews before I start selling it, right? So the product that you're selling is not an innovative product that has never been sold before. There have been other people that sell it in different marketplaces and in different, in whether it be on Shopee or Lazada. Simply browse the product, look at the reviews, right? And the reviews in itself tell you, is the product made of good quality? Typically they all come from, they're all manufactured in China. So that would be a tip that I can give you. And obviously don't overly exaggerate the features, or don't give the perception that the product is something that it's not, especially when you already know what it looks like. Because thumbnails can definitely glorify a product and make it look one way, but definitely a customer sees it. I bought so many items that look so big, like even for my boy, right? For my son, they literally look humongous. But when you get it, they're like this big, right? So how you present the product, I think, is key. So there's a combination effect on that end. Is there a way to share to our X deal influencers poll once they subscribe?
There's actually a group that you can check on Facebook. It's called Social Media Influencers PH, I think, and you can check on different influencers there. Kasi iba-iba talaga. Hindi pwede din actually tayo mag-share ng influencers because you must go through the process of researching this influencers po. So there's actually, I think it was already shared in the Inspire group, yung FB group ng social media influencers. But if not yet, then I think I can give the link for that FB group after the webinar.
Awesome. Is BIR COR required to start drop shipping? Not for you, right? That is one of the beauties of drop shipping, that you don't have to have a DTI, you don't have to be SEC registered, you don't have to be registered. That's pretty much the responsibility, of the drop shipping company. So at that point, you are safe. So I need to subscribe and pay 2 subscriptions for the Inspire and Shopify app monthly. That is correct. That's why I said Shopify is a more capital intensive business model, because you do need to pay $30 for Shopify. You need to pay $20 for the subscription of Inspire. And there's about another 4 or 5 apps that you're going to need to be able to really get your store up and rolling. So you're looking to spend anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 pesos just on apps that you need for your Shopify store, and just the basic things. So it's part of running a Shopify store, unfortunately. Will you have webinars like this on a regular basis, like monthly or quarterly? It's literally just been this past 3 to 4 weeks that we haven't had, but we've been having webinars for the past 3 months. I know that Sheena, Trixie, and I went on a little bit of a month rampage, and then after that, Trixie and I kept it going. So we constantly are doing different webinars. I would also encourage you to follow these ladies in their own groups, that way you can have additional information. But yeah, the goal for us is to constantly, have different sessions to enlighten people on the business model and really just interact with you guys, because I think it's always fun just to sit here and just, have a conversation about business, which is great. But can we source a better option for the said item? And we definitely do our best, trust me. But at the end of the day, when you're sourcing products from China, at times, you get what you get once it's here. That's pretty much how it works, unless you have dedicated people in China yourself. So trust me, we definitely always want the best quality for every product, but unfortunately, suppliers are sneaky. They send you something, and obviously, we just can't throw an item that we've paid 200,000 pesos in goods for. So it's just kind of unfortunately the one of the cons, I guess, in Dropify, if you want to phrase it in that way. Can you read that one out? What's this one?
Yung packages na available sa website nyo, is that a one-time payment or is that monthly? So the packages available in your website, is it like a one-time payment or is it a monthly payment? That's
Yeah,
the
all
question.
all subscriptions are monthly. Okay, all subscriptions. There is, if you hear a drop shipping company that tells you that it's a one-time fee to drop ship, I would highly recommend that you run fast. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to find a drop shipping company that gives you a one-time payment and expect that you're going to get a good service. It won't happen. Miss Lisa Macy is ang ganda naman ni Coach Sheena.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Bigyan kita ng free subscription. Joke.
All right, guys, we're going to do a few more minutes of Q&A, and then we're going to kind of get off to the actual announcements. What's this question?
Kapag po ba ang pipiliin ko is Lazada or Shopee, dapat may account muna ako doon bago mag-start sa Inspire Dropshipping. So no, you don't need to have a Lazada or Shopee account before you start doing dropshipping with Inspire, because they will be the one to create the store for you. Sila na po ang gagawa ng store. So hindi po kailangan na may Lazada or Shopee account na kayo.
Okay. Is there a training on how to sell on the Facebook page? My brother, there is an 18-hour course. Search www.inspiredropshipping.com. It teaches you how to sell on Shopify, but those same techniques could be applied on using a Facebook page. Okay. Is Sheena also a subscriber at Inspire? So she does have an account. We don't charge Miss Sheena because we're nice people, but she is actual subscriber with us. What are the items in demand according to your experience, Miss Sheena Pauso?
Actually, the market has been really, really changing drastically. So I used to sell beddings and curtains, as you all know. But you have to check the search volume of the products because it has been going down drastically. Sales has been going down drastically. So you have to check the data on Shopee ads and sponsor discovery to check kung ano yung products na medyo tumataas ang demand. So I can't really tell you what certain product it is because it's really changing every day. So you have to check it for yourself para at least sure tayo.
Yeah, see, the problem is, guys, that Sheena sold bed sheets to every Filipino in the Philippines. So no one needs more bed sheets because Sheena has supplied them all. So you drive the market up, Sheena, unfortunately. For those that don't know, Sheena is renowned to be the beddings queen of Lazada and Shopee. So you think of beddings, you think of Sheena. So, all right, guys, listen, we're going to kind of wrap it up here with the questions. I would hope, and listen, if there are more questions, I would highly encourage you guys to message, to post it on the group. Someone's going to be able to help answer those questions. And obviously, there's always a live chat support that there's available Monday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Anything that you may have, I'm sure that our team will be able to assist you. Again, we're going to continuously have these type of webinars just to kind of, give you more insight that I'm sure is very much needed. Now, Ms. Pauso, a lot of people are here for an announcement. They like you, and I think they like me, I would hope, but I think it's more you than me. But one of the things that, I kind of told the community about is that we're going to be doing something special. We're going to be doing something that I don't think it's been done before. and I can be corrected wrong, right? But I'm really excited about this one, guys. Yeah, for those that don't know, I made a little long rant of a post about a day or so, because at Inspire, what I will tell you is that we take great pride, in kind of pioneering a new way to how to do the business model. Like it's really something that we hold close to us. We want to be able to change how the business is done. And a lot of you know my story because I come from Shopify dropshipping where everything is just open reins, and you kind of come into this space and there are so many restrictions and so many different ways that it was hard to adjust at the beginning. But I think we've been able to do a lot in the past 6 months that we've been on Lazada and Shopee. A lot has been done within our platform, and a lot of changes have been forced upon like the drop shipping business model as a whole because of it, right? And I don't want to take full credit or Inspire take full credit. I'm sure there were other people, but we're definitely paving the way. And what I have for you guys today is going to only help kind of put us forward in that direction. So what I'm going to share with you, and let me see if I have it. One second. Give me a second, guys. Well, let me just touch on this. A lot of the times, Ms. Pauso, when people start, they get very concerned about the subscription, right? And understandably so, because it's either 3,000, it's 4,000, or 8,000, or there's 4 packages, right? And it's a lot of money. It's not like just chump change, right? Like 3,000 pesos. For some people, that is 1 week of their whole month's pay, right? And we understand that. Now, what we were thinking, and how do we like lower down the barrier for people to be less hesitant to want to try it, right? For them to feel like, man, I only have a few months subscription. I want to give it a go, but I'm just not sure. And we came up with this. Effective today, after this live is over, okay? After this live is over, and hopefully I can share my screen. Give me a second. Windows. After this live is over, what we're gonna do is the following. Anybody that subscribes to Inspire, okay? Anybody that subscribes to Inspire, when you subscribe to any of the packages, okay? To any of the packages, whether it's package 1, package 2, package 3, or package 4, you are going to get 50% of your subscription in goods. Meaning you are going to receive 50%. If you subscribe to a package worth 8,000 pesos, 7,999, let's just say 8,000 pesos, we are going to send you 4,000 pesos of goods directly to your doorstep, right? If you subscribe to the package of 4,000 pesos, we are going to send you 2,000 pesos worth of goods directly to your doorstep, okay? So what's the purpose of this? Well, number one, it makes subscribing a no-brainer, right? Because let's kind of, and I'm going to share my screen. Excuse me. Share screen, Windows, right? Right. So what's the inclusions? Like, what do you get when you come in, when you become an Inspire subscriber? Let's say that you select package 4 or package 2, which is 4,000 pesos. What does that 4,000 pesos get you? Number one, it gives you 1 full month to try this business model, right? You get 1 full month to try this business model. Number two, right? You get 50% of that subscription in goods that you can consume, that you can use for yourself, or you can resell to make all of your money back, right? So you get the 1 month subscription, you get 50% of your subscription in actual goods sent directly to your doorstep, right? And on top of that, you get a full course by Miss Sheena Pauso that is in the app, right, worth 7,499 pesos. Absolutely free. Okay. So 1 month subscription, 50% worth of products, and a full course that's worth 7,499 absolutely free. Okay. Now, if that isn't a no-brainer of a deal, right? It's hard for me to think of another one that is, because now we are literally removing every reason why you can't start, because you're going to get 1 month subscription, you're going to get goods that you can make all of your money back, and you get the know-how, you get the teachings, you get Miss Sheena Pauso teaching you everything that you need to know for 4,000 or for 8,000. It's an insane value proposition. It's something that most people would call crazy, right? Like, it's insane. Now, I'm going to explain to you, because there are some caveats to this, right? And let me address this question first. Number one, is it every month? No, it's only for 1 month. It's your first month, okay? Let me see. There was a question here by Miss Sarah. Does this apply? Is this applicable for old subscribers? And I knew this was going to be asked. People are going to say, well, what about us? So what we've done is this, okay? And I'm going to, hold on, let me remove this, right? What we've done is this. For old subscribers, okay, and I'm going to make a video and I'm going to publish it tonight. You will have an opportunity if you refer someone. So we have an affiliate dashboard for those that don't know, and we have an affiliate system that we use to pay people for referring other people. All right. You would have to sign up to be an affiliate. It's a very easy process. You will be given a code. If you, as an active subscriber, right, get somebody to sign up and they use your code, we're not just going to give the person that subscribed 50% of the goods. We're going to be giving you as well 50% of the goods. So you, as the referral, get 50%, and you, as the referee, get 50%, right? So if you are an act, because we couldn't just give everybody 50%, right? Like that, it wouldn't, like, it's just, oh, you're an active, you can automatically qualify. So if you get somebody to sign up and they use your link, right, you are going to get 50% as well. And this could be done many times. If you get 10 people to sign up, then that becomes, you get 10 times 50% of whatever subscription they are going to. Listen, call me crazy. A lot of people did. People that I've had, like Darwin, that is insane. You know the amount of money. Now, for those, and let me explain to you what are some of these, right? For those that don't know, we have a live selling page. It's called Liquidation Stocks, Para or Basura, right? We have live selling goods. We buy live selling goods and we sell them. If you want to join and participate, Friday and Saturday from 7 to 11, right? We are going to be giving you guys live selling goods, which if you're a female, we're going to be putting a female package together for you. Can you pick your own products? No. It is going to be a mystery box filled with different goods. What we will do is specify those goods if you are a female versus if you are a male, right? That way there's at least, you can at least use those products because you're a guy, or you can sell those products, right? So that's going to be the only thing that we do. Okay, that's going to be the only thing that we do. If you are a female, you get a female bundle pack. If you're a male, you are a male bundle pack. Now, you are responsible for the shipping of those goods, meaning it is going to be we're gonna ship out the goods to you, and you will be responsible in paying the shipping cost. Okay, that's another caveat. And there are terms of service agreements, right, that we have. And I'm going to be able to kind of, and maybe I show that to you now. Let me remove share, and I'm going to be quick here. Let me see. Okay. So I'm assuming you guys can see my screen. When you come here, right, you're gonna go to subscription of payments, right? Which is, you guys are used to this. You're gonna go to repay subscription. When you click upload payment, you are gonna see this now. Here it says don't subscribe to the new promo, because let's say you're a little wacky and you're crazy and you're like, I don't want free goods. Like, I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with anything that's free, right? I don't like free stuff. I'm prideful. I like to pay for everything that I own. Okay. If you're one of those people, hey, that's on you, right? But, and you are going to leave this here. Don't subscribe to the promo. This is if you are a new user. Okay. If you're a new user, you're going to sit here. Don't subscribe to the new promo. The only way you will qualify for the promo, let's say you go with package 3, right? You're going to have to select subscribe to promo, and you're going to have to give us your address. Okay. Why? Because we need to ship these goods to you directly. All right. So you need to provide us with your address, and then obviously upload the proof of payment. Reminder, if you don't select subscribe to promo, you will not qualify for the promotion, right? And here there is Inspire terms of service, right? These are the things that you have to accept. There's no refund, there's no cancellation, right? Everything that you need is going to be here and walking you through. If you're an active user and you're not an active user, we pretty much have detailed the process for you so you can understand how this is going to work. All right. So again, this is the 50% applicable for those who will upgrade the package. If you are an active subscriber, it will only be applicable, okay, if you refer someone. If you get someone, which, Sheena, do you think this is going to be a hard sell? Right?
Yeah, it's a good deal actually.
To get somebody on board, like if you're an active subscriber, like to get somebody on board, like, hey, do you want to start your own business? You can do so with Inspire, and they pay half of your subscription, right? And a lot of these goods, you're going to be able to resell them and make all of your money back, right? So your job as an active subscriber is to get somebody to sign up, and you qualify for the goods, okay? The promotion starts after the webinar. Okay, after the webinar, it starts. The date is from today is April, right? We're in April?
April 11th.
Right, from April 11th, right, to May 11th. So this is only a 1-month promotion, okay? From April 11th to May 11th. If you're new and you want to get started, you would be able to avail the promo after, right, the webinar. If you're an active subscriber, you have a full month to get a few people to sign up using your link. Again, check the terms of service, and I'm going to upload a video showing you how to do it for those that don't know. You get somebody to sign up using your link, you will get 50% of that said deal. How about for Shopify subscriptions? Do we get the goods? This is applicable for all Inspired dropshippers, right? For all Inspired dropshippers, if you sign up, you will automatically get 50% of that in goods. So that was the announcement, guys. This is something that we're trying out. I'm really excited about because I don't think this has ever been done. And really the amount of value that you're getting, for me, it's unheard of. It's like nothing else that I've seen in the space. So I'm hoping that you're able to take advantage of it, right? If you were on the fence about starting, there's really nothing to consider at this point, right? And if you're an active subscriber, roll up your sleeves, speak to some friends, get them on board, and avail that 50% so both of you can avail it. So hopefully, and if there are any further questions, I would be more than happy to entertain them. But that is pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. Ms. Sheena, I know it's been an hour and a half, so I don't want to take up more of your time. If you guys have questions, concerns, doubts, violent reactions, if whatever it is, contact Sheena. She will help you out, okay? Um, I'm just trying. Everybody's gonna message you. Contact our support staff in the app from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or message any of the staff. They have their own pages or just comment in the group. So, Ms. Sheena, any final thoughts? Anything you may want to add before we wrap up tonight's session, ma'am?
So thank you so much for everyone who stayed throughout the entire webinar. I saw that we have around 180 viewers, I think. And so thank you so much for watching the free webinar. And I hope you guys learned a lot. And I hope na-motivate kayo na simulan na yung business nyo with dropshipping.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate everybody's time, guys. If you have questions, concerns, feel free to reach out. Again, stay tuned. We will be having a webinar next week teaching you how to effectively run Facebook ads. So if that's something that interests you, this is a new coach, never been his first time at the Inspire in the Inspire community. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. Hopefully you're leaving this session with a little bit more knowledge than what you came in here with. So thank you, Sheena. God bless to all of you. Speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye.